Hi, my name is Vanessa Eugene-Paul, and welcome to my Career Showcase. This presentation will be broken down into 3 parts. Part A, Co-op Information and Duties. Part B, Knowledge and Skills at my co-op placement. And finally, Part C, Education and Future Trends. Let's get into the presentation. Part A, Co-op Placement and Information Duties. For my co-op placement, I worked at Wexford Medical Center. This is located at 1 Wexford Road, Brampton, Ontario, L6Z2W1. At Wexford Medical Clinic and Pharmacy, I worked as a student pharmacist under the supervision of Naveen Sahad. I worked alongside 10 other employees, including 1 other pharmacist student. As a student pharmacist, my job was to help fill prescriptions, file sheets and important papers, get stamps and other necessities for the pharmacy, and to help collect and return items that were expired or finished. My job at the pharmacy was to help around where I can and keep things moving. As a student pharmacist, my duties on the job varied from filing patient files to filing patient records according to the numerical order, filling prescriptions, returning empty pill bottles, checking pill expiry dates, organizing pills, creams, and the other products that were there. My first task when working at the pharmacy was reordering and filing the patient's medical files in alphabetical order from their last to first name. Each file had a tab that consisted of 3 letters, which I'd use to file them accordingly. The first letter, for example A, would be the largest section for all files that started with the letter A. The second letter, for example E, would be filed under the larger A category between the other letter subsections D and F. Finally, the third letter was to file the patient file under the second subsection, in this case under the subsection E. When filling prescriptions, I would have to go find the specific medication written onto the prescription and count the pills out with a tray and spatula to the amount of pills indicated on the prescription. Once done counting the pills, I would have to choose a pill bottle to package the pills. When choosing the pill bottles, I had to be careful of which bottle I chose because some pills had twist and lock caps, whereas others had snap caps, which might be dangerous to administer to patients who have children at home. When working with already packaged pills that came in boxes and had individual packaged pills, I would have to take from another box and add the amount of pills needed to obtain the amount of pills that were indicated on the prescription. I would then need to write how much of the pills I had added to the box. After doing this, I would need to write the date of expiry for the pills on the prescription, sign my initials, and stick the patient's info onto the package, as well as precautionary measures to be taken when taking these pills. When returning empty or expired pill bottles, first the pills would be collected into a large bin. Then, I would have to use the computer and go through a certain program on the computer where I use either the DIN number or the actual name of the product to identify the product. Once the product is identified, I must indicate why the product is being returned, whether it is expired, finished, or etc. If a product has expired, I must indicate how much of the product is left over, either 1/2 of the bottle, 1/3 of the bottle, or if the bottle has not even been touched. For this task, I simply go to the shelves in the back of the pharmacy and in the actual store area of the pharmacy and search for expired pills and products. Those that have expired are removed and returned to the sender for a refill. Those that are close to expiry date, yet have not actually expired yet, are labeled with the expiry date and put to the front of the shelf to ensure usage. All the items that are expired are placed into a bin and sorted through by what can and cannot be sent back to the sender and sorted through based off of which sender they came from. The process of organizing pills, creams, and the other products in the pharmacy is very simple. Pills, creams, and the other products are placed on separate shelves and organized alphabetically according to whether the item is generic or name brand. At the pharmacy, services and products that are offered are prescription refills, prescription transfers, prescription delivery, consultation and medication review, compression stocking, blood sugar and pressure monitoring devices, meal replacements, compounding, and senior copay discount plans. Part B. Knowledge and skills at my co-op placement. 5 skills that I've learned at my co-op placement are organization skills, communication skills, technology skills, customer service skills, and teamwork skills. The top 3 essential skills I learned at my co-op placement. Reading skills and document use. When working with prescriptions, I had to be able to read them clearly and transfer the information on the prescription to the information on the documentation of the pill bottle itself to ensure that I was grabbing the correct medication. I also had to make sure that I was signing each prescription I filled and indicate what was added to the prescription. Computer use. I gained the computer use skill while working at my co-op placement when I had to use the computer to return the expired and empty items to the sender, as well as when I had to run papers through the scanner to digitally record them on the computer. I had to scan the receipts and prescriptions and then manually add the ones that were missed out or that the computer did not read. Numeracy. I used numeracy when I had to fill out prescriptions. The prescription would show a given amount of pills, for example 90, to be prescribed and added to one pill bottle. I would then have to find the pill bottle with the exact brand and milligram amount and pour them onto the pill counting tray and use multiplication to count the pills in groups to finish counting out the pills quickly and in the most time-efficient way. Typically, I would count by 5s because the orders usually came in quantities of 90 pills in a bottle. The top 3 work habits I developed at my co-op placement. Putting my phone away on the job. Typically when working at an actual job, I like and try to leave my phone in my bag or leave it alone as much as possible because I feel as though it distracts me from my task, and I feel like it is overall just very irresponsible and kind of rude to be on my phone while I am working. As soon as I got into work, I would take my jacket off, remove my earbuds, and place my phone in my bag. Doing every task asked of me and never saying it's not my job. Once at work, I was asked to go to the convenience store across from the pharmacy to get stamps from the post office so that we could mail off some letters that we had sitting on the main desk. I was also asked to stop and get some cream from the convenience section of the store as well. I was handed the money and went on my way to get it. Although I thought it was a slightly peculiar task and it was definitely something I was not really accustomed to, I still went and completed the task that was asked of me. Asking for help. I am typically shy and do not like asking for help. Sometimes I feel as though it makes me look silly or as if I'm just not fit to do the job. So usually I shy away from asking questions. However, at work I had no choice. Being shy was not going to get me anywhere, especially when I completed a task and was just standing around doing nothing. Working here forced me to ask questions and to inquire of my supervisor what I can do next. An effort that is made at my co-op placement to be more environmentally aware is to simply, instead of throwing away or just simply discarding empty product bottles and expired products, they send it back to the sender to be reimbursed and to get a refill from the original sender. This limits the amount of garbage and amount of bottles that is put into the trash, and basically the amount of plastic that is put back into our environment and ecosystem. As for a detailed schedule, I didn't really have a schedule to be exact. On a normal day, I would leave school at 11:20 to get down to the bus stop for 11:36 so I can take the 561 to the downtown Brampton terminal and get off there so I can take the 502 at 11:50 to get down to my co-op placement at about 12 o'clock. However, I typically got there for 12:05 because the bus terminal and the running routes were not very exact according to time. On an average day, I'd work at my co-op placement from 12:05 or 12 until 4 p.m. On Thursdays, however, I would work at my co-op placement from 12 o'clock to 6 just to make sure I got the hours I needed. Personal protective equipment and uniform. Okay, so for my personal protective equipment, I was asked to only wear a scrub shirt. I was asked to wear a scrub shirt so that I'd look more professional in the environment around me and to prevent from bringing outside germs into my workplace. It also prevents me from bringing germs from work home when I change my scrubs outside before I leave. 5 questions I'd ask my supervisor if I had the chance. My first question would be, how long did she have to go to school to be able to specialize in the pharmaceutical field? My second question for my supervisor would be, was this her first choice of career or did she change it along her path? My third question would be, what does she look for in someone looking to apply for a job here? My fourth question would be, what skills did she gain from doing this job? My fifth and final question would be, how does she manage work life and everyday life? My experience at my co-op placement was great. Although it was sometimes boring, the people I worked with were very kind and welcoming, and I was able to make new friends with the other employees working there. I learned that I do not like working in very slow-paced businesses because I do not like just standing around. I would rather have something to do and be putting my hands to work somehow. I would not go into the pharmaceutical fields. I do not think it's for me. I'm definitely set on being a registered nurse. In terms of whether or not it motivated me for my career choice in nursing, yes, it really did. While working there, the other nurses and employees that were working there told me that I should follow my career choice. They said that as a nurse, I would have my own patients to tend to, and it's not like working in a clinic where I'm being bossed around 24/7. They also motivated me and said that I could do it, and that was very encouraging and influential to me. Okay, it's been a little bit of a long presentation, but finally we're at Part C, Education and Future Trends. To achieve a career as a pharmacist, you have to graduate university, have a Bachelor's of Science degree in the pharmaceutical field, complete practical training under another pharmacist, and have a pharmacist license. Universities that offer this program are University of Ottawa, Guelph, Toronto, Waterloo, Montreal, Sherbrooke, and Queen's University. Colleges that offer this program are Medics College, Seneca College, Lambton College, and St. Peter's College. Of course, there are many other colleges and universities that offer this program than what I've listed in this video. In Ontario, the expected yearly salary for this position is $40,000 at low salary, $103,000 at medium salary, and $144,000 at high salary. In Ontario, the market trend seems to be largely increasing. It is estimated that in the year 2026, there will be a total of 50,300 pharmacist jobs available. Although Ontario shows a less promising job outlook in this field compared to other provinces like Alberta and British Columbia. Okay, so now we've reached the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch it, and I hope you got some information that you were looking for. Have a great day!